Joey Woody, Iowa. I was sharing with your 4x4 that it's always the greatest ask of the women that they cross the line. They tease us that they're going to come in for media, but then they say no. We need to go out to the podium and celebrate as a team. But then we'll bring them back. But obviously, that was just the punctuation mark at the end of an awesome 115 straight relays for you guys. How do you reflect on this one?
I mean, we had a lot of fun this weekend. The kids were really into it, and we had a really good day yesterday, first day, and it's good to get a lot of people to the finals, and that's the name of the game when it comes to championship meets, and that's what this is like preparing us for the end of the season, championship season, with Big Ten championships coming up, and obviously NCAA. So the big thing for us is making sure that we get a lot of athletes to the finals, and so the relays were big. It was a lot of fun. It's a great team atmosphere for our group, and I was just proud of the way that our athletes came in, and they were dialed in, and they were just wanted to go out and show what Iowa track and field is all about. So I was really proud of our whole team.
And it's always nice to have to not travel that far.
Yeah.
Because I was just asking the coach from Iowa State, it's like they have a 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
You guys got, a little bit of a longer drive.
Yeah.
How nice is that? Knowing that you're within your own state, and it's good for the kids, especially with all the traveling. And you guys are heading off to Eugene here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. The big thing for us, like we got back last week. We had groups at Kansas, down at Brian Clay. We had groups at Florida, and I got back at Sunday night. Well, really Monday morning at like 3 in the morning because we had some delays. So our kids were a little tired this week. So I just said, you know what? We don't need to do a whole lot. This weekend is our training. You're going to be in a lot of relays, and it actually worked out really well. They came in, they were excited, and they were fresh, and went out and competed really well.
But also just so unselfish, so committed to a greater cause that, obviously they want to stack points at a conference meet.
Yeah.
But this is a different dynamic, and it's like if you're going to ask people to double and triple, you've done it before. So just how awesome is it where nobody is concerned about a split, nobody's concerned about a time, just. We need to be there for the team, and we need to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, like I said, it prepares you really well for the championships, because the championships is not about the exact performance, it's just competing head-to-head, and that's what this meet's all about, and that's why I love coming here, is we get a chance to have a really good team atmosphere, and it just gets our athletes really bought into that team atmosphere and really competing for the team. And so, it's also fun, all right? It's a great atmosphere. They get a chance to get some relay flags and get a chance to take their victory laps and all that stuff, and that's part of the whole experience that we want our kids to be able to have, and just opportunities to put track and field on the highest stage, and that's a big part of this weekend.
And the unselfishness doesn't stop, because you guys have a team championship come up here with the Big Ten. Just, how excited are you guys? It's usually you're going out to Hayward Field, and it's June, it's the NCAA.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's your whole team this time to Hayward Field.
It's interesting, because there's some kids that will be on the roster going to Big Tens that might not ever get there, at the NCAA championship. So it's a pretty unique opportunity to have a whole team there, and for kids to be able to experience that atmosphere. But at the end of the day, we're there to compete to win the championship, and I feel really good about both teams, both men and women. I think that we're in a really good place going into the team championship. It's going to be a battle. Probably about 4 or 5 teams are in it to win it. Oregon obviously had a great indoor season. USC had a great indoor season, but I think both of our teams are better prepared for the outdoor track and field season, and I think we're doing some really good things. So we're setting ourselves up real well, and then we're expecting to have a lot of athletes competing to the national championships as well.
Oregon obviously came into the Big Ten, football going their own thing.
Yeah.
You guys are going out west, challenge the premier track and field programs in the country.
Yeah.
Just there maybe, I don't know, you feel like the Big Ten has the quality to keep up with both USC and Oregon.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought indoor, was very competitive, and Oregon, they put some really good things together indoor. The indoor season's built more for the mid distances and the distances. Outdoors a lot different. USC obviously had a great indoor season. They won the national championships on the men, but they didn't win the conference meet. So I think there's going to be a lot of competitive teams, but it'll be interesting to pin on what the weather. I was just looking today at Oregon. The weather goes from, just like it is in Iowa, it goes from 75 to 50 in one day. It could be raining, it could be whatever. So our kids are experienced with that. They're used to having that kind of adversity, but a lot of teams aren't. So I think that bodes well for our program.
Joey, if you'll indulge me just real quick. I mean, obviously we know the depth of the men's middle distance. How excited are you about the fact that Allie is now being getting the respect nationally? I mean, just what's happened just in less than a month.
Yeah.
Like just how, I mean, the men's group is always there, but like the fact that we're seeing both genders thriving.
Yeah, I mean that's a big part of our program. Is mid-distance group has been really well, both men and women. I mean, you don't get to see it because we run the 600 a lot indoors, so some of our athletes are really good 600 runners that don't really run the 800. But a lot of them are, like Allie. I mean, she's got huge range. She's a 53 split on the 4x4. She's one of the best. I think she's run 440 in the mile. So a lot of really good range. But she's had a tremendous career, and I'm really excited about this being her senior year and showing what she can really do. She had a little illness earlier in the season, and then now she's over that, and now things are really starting to click for her. Had a really good meet last week, so I'm excited what she's going to be able to do at the Big Ten meet and pass that.
Really good meet. It's an understatement. Time to have
yeah.
Very, very good competitor right now.
That's right. I mean, when you're beating Raven Rogers head to head, that's a big statement.
Yeah, she, of course, being typical Allie, she's like super humble, super kind. She's like, it was her opener. I was like, Allie, don't ever take that off your resume.
Especially there on that track. So,
absolutely. Joey, great job. Congrats. Best of luck at Big Ten.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.